In a world completely overwhelmed by ongoing debates as to which adaptation of cinema is better, the West has Hollywood, the East has Bollywood, but in the middle we have the Globerwood Critic. Greetings, spicy chaps and chapasses, Anil, Subhrai, and I'm the Globerwood Critic, and welcome to another edition of Bollywood Honest Reviews. Now, for those who don't know, this part of the show I give my honest opinion on well-known Bollywood films either chosen by myself or the viewers, that's you. Now, for my second honest review, it is another viewer's choice, and we're better than to do Rajkumar Hirani's Three Idiots. This coming-of-age comedy drama has had audiences laughing out loud with its outrageous scenes and characters, as well as change people's perception on how to achieve success in life and how to confront one's demons to achieve happiness. But there were a few things I found really intriguing when I watched it not long ago, which I'll address to you all as we begin off with the plot. The film begins off with Farhan Qureshi, played by Madhavan, also the film's narrator. After receiving a phone call from an acquaintance that he's found an old friend of his, he fakes a heart attack to get off a plane, to journey towards the location of his acquaintance while picking up his friend Raju Rastogi, played by Sharman Joshi, along the way. We are then introduced to their acquaintance, who happens to be their former college rival Chatur Ramalingam, played by newcomer Umi Vadia. He reveals to the boys that their old friend Rancho Das Chanchar, played by Aamir Khan, is in Shimla. The three lads journey towards that area, with a few twists and surprises along the way. However, throughout the midst of their journey, we are then taken 10 years back prior to these events, at the College of Engineering where Raju, Farhan and Rancho first met. It's through these flashbacks that we gradually see how the boys overcome various obstacles during their stay, much to the irritation of their peers, who dubbed them as the Three Idiots.
Kahan hai wo idiot?
Cast and characters. First of all, can I say this film has the utmost funniest cast members of all time, all of whom perform their roles exceptionally well, adding a mix of serious and comedic moments. We firstly have Boman Irani, who plays college principal and antagonist Dr. Vidu Shastra Buddhe, or Virus as he's nicknamed by the students, for his strict and doctrinal method of teaching. His character firmly believes in the whole life is a race motto, and that only students who come first are deemed worthy of success and good jobs.
You also are like the कोयल birds. और ये वो अंडे जिनको धक्का मार के तुम लोग आईसी में पहुंचे.
Don't forget कि हर साल आईसी में 4 लाख एप्लीकेशंस आते हैं और उनमें से सिर्फ 200 सेलेक्ट होते हैं. You.
A trait that has led to 2 people committing suicide due to the added pressure of coming first, one being his own son. That is until the Three Idiots challenge his teaching method that he finds himself at a loose end throughout various scenes, one of which had me in stitches when he makes a bet with one of them.
Go in. उन दोनों में से एक को भी कैंपस इंटरव्यू में जॉब मिले ना, हाँ, तो मेरी मुझ काट देना.
A bet that he later regrets.
ऐसा लग रहा है कि किसी ने मेरे कपड़े उतार दिए. इज्जत लूट ली मेरी.
Now we come to the only leading female cast member, that is Virus's youngest daughter and Rancho's love interest, Dr. Bia, played by Kareena Kapoor. She, in my opinion, is the only sane character in the movie. She at first dislikes Rancho because of his idealistic methods and demos he often shows her to prove his theories correct right in front of her.
कोई और हाथ ढूंढ लेना इस घड़ी के लिए, गधे।
However, she gradually warms up to him after seeing his heroic acts towards his friends in need, and how his ideals change them intensely. Her relationship with Virus is quite complex, I must say. She loves her father, but sneers at his teaching methods due to his anguish to not be beaten by anyone. And because of this, she offers her help towards the three idiots to ensure that everything's fair both-sided.
Mad or what? It's the cheating hai yaar. Hut.
Everything's fair in love and war.
Now, before I go into the principal cast members, first of all, let's give a shout out to Umi Vadia as Chatur, or the Silencer as he is called. This guy was by far my favourite character in the whole movie, as he's the student the others love to hate due to his obnoxious and arrogant ways to get to the top. His line delivery is second to none, especially during moments when he attempts to speak in Hindi while sounding it with an American/African accent.
हमारे डायरेक्टर साहब ने यहाँ कई चमत्कार किए हैं। चमत्कार का मतलब है?
मतलब नहीं चाहिए दुबे जी, मैं याद कर लेंगे। I'll memorize it.
He firmly believes that mindless memorization is the key to achieving success, a trait that, in my opinion, leads to one of the funniest comedic moments in Bollywood history, and I recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it.
स्वर्ण अवसर पर एक श्लोक याद आ रहे हैं।
सुन सुन, अब अपने बांधने की ताकत संस्कृत में समझाएगा।
उत्तमम दददात पादम, मध्यम पादम तुचुक तुचुक, कनिष्ठम थुड़थुड़ी पादम, सुरसुरी प्राणघटक।
Trust me, when you watch this scene, you two will laugh your heads off. Now we come to the principal cast members, and we begin off, in my opinion, I dub the Leonardo DiCaprio of Bollywood, the legend himself, Aamir Khan, as Rancho. Out of the three idiots, he's portrayed as the straight A student, who adopts one philosophy which in his view will guarantee success along the way. The same philosophy which he teaches Farhan and Raju to adopt.
उस दिन एक बात समझ में आई, ये जो अपना दिल है ना, बड़ा डरपोक है यार। इसको बेवकूफ बना के रखो। लाइफ में कितनी भी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो ना, उसको बोलो कोई बात नहीं चाचू, सब ठीक ठाक है, all is well, all is well.
Plus, it's his pure-hearted innocence and affection he has towards those close to him that makes him the most likeable out of the three. And he's the one who clashes with Virus on multiple occasions, as he too finds his teaching methods and motto very unfair and unjust. Plus, we cannot forget his inventions, as his character provides a moral to the story, being, even the creative minds can be won over and still go a long way.
मैं ये बना सकता हूँ। I can make it. कैसे? Vacuum cleaner sir. Vacuum cleaner. Yes sir, vacuum cleaner.
पर वैक्यूम क्लीनर का प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा होता है रांचो।
प्रेशर मैं कंट्रोल कर लूँगा।
Then we have Raju, the simpleton who comes from an impoverished family. Like Rancho, he too wants to learn about engineering and to find the right job that will provide a steady income for his family. However, he's the one who's easily scared and fearful of failure.
सर, सपोज किसी स्टूडेंट को जॉब मिल जाए और वो फाइनल्स में 1-2 मार्क्स से फेल हो जाए, तो क्या जॉब रहेगी या?
Very good question.
Although hesitant in following Rancho's philosophy, he eventually warms up to him after the latter saves his paralysed father's life. Now, I must say, I was initially surprised that they gave Sharman Joshi a more dramatic role as opposed to his flamboyant comedic roles he's previously done. But honestly, this sealed him as a top leading actor, which led to his earning an award for Best Supporting Actor for this film. And last but not least, we have Farhan, who in my opinion stands out more out of the group, as he undergoes the most character development. He's the one who doesn't enjoy studying engineering, having been forced by his family to do so. He becomes the first to abide by Rancho's philosophy, and under his influence he learns to confront his fears and demons, and mustered the courage to pursue his main ambition, to become a wildlife photographer.
अब्बा नहीं मानेंगे। जाओ उनके पास, प्यार से समझा उनको। आज डर मत फरहान, नहीं तो 50 साल बाद जब तू बूढ़ा होकर ऐसी किसी अस्पताल में पड़ा होगा और मरने का इंतजार कर रहा होगा, तब सोचेगा कि लेटर हाथ में था, टैक्सी गेट पर थी, जरा सी हिम्मत कर लेता ना तो साली जिंदगी कुछ और हो सकती थी।
And through his narration, we see and feel the character change. As under the influence of a close friend, he became a better person, happy and content. And for me, he remains my favourite character out of the main cast. Favourite song? Now the songs, in my opinion, were kept to a bare minimal in order to allow more focus on the film's core story. There are a few songs in the soundtrack album that only appeared as background scores, but were not featured as performances by the co-stars. Only 2 songs were featured with performances, and they were Now my preference is definitely the song All Is Well, as not only does it teach us the moral of no matter what you do, everything will be alright in the end. Some parts of the lyrics, like the chorus and first verse, are put into practice, especially when one of them is faced with a difficulty, which then leads to ending on a happy note. So for me, this song is my favourite in the movie and I recommend it to anyone. Favourite scene? This film has many memorable scenes, a varied range of comedic and emotional moments. Now I'm not going to go with the obvious particular scene, you know which one I'm talking about as I've already discussed it. Instead, I'm going to go with the first engineering class scene.
हम सब तो प्रोफेसर्स के रिमोट कंट्रोल पे चलने वाले।
Now you're probably wondering, why did I choose this scene? Now in this scene, the professor is asking Rancho and Chatur the definition of a machine. Rancho attempts to explain in a simplistic tone.
हर वो चीज जो इंसान का काम आसान करे या वक्त बचाए वो मशीन है सर।
Whereas Chatur gives a more memorized academic response.
Sir, machines are any combination of bodies so connected that their relative motions are constrained.
Now, as we all know, teachers prefer a more academic answer, especially when asked certain questions during exams and lessons. But in this, we see that all the characters are completely different and wish to learn in various ways. And we also see a direct contrast, as one believes in cramming a bookish definition, and the other believing in a more simplistic and practical approach in learning. And when one doesn't work, you get another funny, memorable scene.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
किताबें सर, बुक्स भूल गया सर, ले लो।
तो सीधा सीधा नहीं कह सकते थे?
थोड़ी देर पहले कोशिश की थी सर, लेकिन आपको सीधा सीधा पसंद नहीं आया।
Still cracks me up every time. Final verdict. This film, after its release on Christmas Day 2009, still remains the most memorable and favourable by audiences around the world, as it became one of 2010's highest grossing films, winning a total of 16 prestigious awards. In spite of being Rajkumar Hirani's third directional number, having received earlier praise for the Munna Bhai film series, he did a spectacular job directing this film, as it taught us certain morals that we can take to secure better futures for ourselves. I rate this film 5 out of 5 stars and I highly recommend this film to anyone. If you have any comments about the review or if you want me to review a Bollywood film of your choice, please put it in the comments below and on my Twitter page or search my Facebook page. Anil Subhrai and I'm the Globerwood Critic. Until next time, aaj ke liye alvida, mere desi lokko.